baby for basically the first year, so they didn't have to put the baby in daycare. Um, and then she said when the baby turns 1, they plan to take the baby back to India for a few months until they can find a nanny that follows their Indian culture. Someone else I know is Chinese. Her daughter is 1 and will return to China with her mother to stay until she is of school age so that they can work and not have to worry about childcare. Um, she then goes on to say, I'm sitting here trying to figure out why so many Black Americans have this you had a baby, you struggle on your own mentality. And at the end, the question is, where did our village go? Dash, dash, dash. It burned down clearly. And I'm part of a lot of like mom groups, like Black family, marriage, like all this kind of things on social media. And I actually see this kind of question, this scenario posed a lot. For me, like it's not something I've personally experienced. When I had Courtney, single, her dad was like, nah. And so I was like, okay. But even before, like I had to start working my gears to try to figure out how I was going to figure out being a single mom, like my mom swooped in and saved the day. My Nana was the first person at the hospital after I had Courtney. Like I have a village. I have a very strong village. And now that we're together and we have the boys, we've got one on the way, our village has gotten even bigger, even stronger. Grandparents literally fight over who gets to have them, when they can have them, and that kind of thing. And so I personally can't relate to what that feels like or how it feels to feel like I'm doing this all on my own, my kid and me against the whole wide world. But and especially in the Black community, it's a very common thing.
So I guess I'll give my perspective. I think it's definitely multifaceted. I don't think this is a binary reasoning as to what has happened to the village. I think culturally it's just different. And I know people don't like to hear it, especially not rich white America, but the Black family construct has been under attack since it was brought to this country.
Mm-hmm.
And in many ways, it's never stopped. Like, whether it's been through slavery, whether it's been through gentrification, whether it's been through redlining, whether it's been through the crack epidemic, whether it's been through the welfare program, whether it's been through the,
school to prison
pipeline. It's been that way, and our community has been targeted relentlessly since our inception into this country. So as far as where the village is, I think the village went to work. I think all of our grandparents work currently to this day. I think they're all in their 50s and they all work. They're not afforded the luxury.
Our parents.
Yeah, our parents. Our kids' grandparents are not afforded the luxury to just come and just keep the kids. Like, they got work. So when we travel, we have to work around their work schedule. My dad travels a lot now. My mom has to work 8, 12 hours a day. And she had to do that all throughout my upbringing when my parents split. And I think most people are in that similar scenario. They talk about don't sell grandma's house. We've done that. Like, there's been so many things put in place, and specifically, I think they reference the Chinese culture. It's an Asian culture that has benefited. We saw what happened when I believe it was Chinese. If I'm wrong, correct me. A Chinese parlor got shot up in Florida. Amazingly, a bill got passed, like immediately. But someone can walk into a church and shoot up 9 people, and the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act is still
dead on the floor.
Still dead on the floor. Breonna Taylor's law went into effect, but nobody was held responsible for her death.